Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and thank you for joining me on my stay-at-home show. I'm going to start right out now that we are live. I'm going to give us a comment here. Please, no, let's not say please. Let's do it this way. Feel free to leave a comment or a question below. I'll just leave it like that and enter. Okay, welcome to the show, ladies and gentlemen. Today, what we have lined up is, first thing we have lined up in this segment is a talk about grammar. We're going to talk about the grammar of using who, that, and which. In the second segment, we're going to talk about the Decora Eagles, or as I have said in my classroom for a long time, the Decora Eagles. I've been pronouncing it incorrectly. We'll be taking a look at the Decora Eagles. And then in the third segment tonight, we're going to take a look at this collection of short stories by Ted Chiang called Exhalation. I'll talk a little bit about that later. I'll talk about some of the reason I picked this book up initially. I'll talk about some of the stories in it, and then we're going to read a story together in segment 3. So let's jump right into our goal for segment 1, which is to take a look at some grammar. Those of you who were, before we jump into that, those of you who were here for yesterday's episode may notice a few changes during today's episode. One being that yesterday was a little bit of a heavy episode. We talked about a lot of detail. There was a lot of information that we didn't have the chance to go into in detail, and it was all very heavy topics, serious topics. So today, it's a little bit lighter, as you've already seen from what we've got coming up. And another change you'll notice is a technology fix. No more infinity camera. We can switch. That's not the window that I wanted, actually. We can switch directly to our browser. So I am taking a look at the website grammarbook.com. All the links are down in the description. And we're talking about using who, that, and which. I think here's what we're going to do. I'm going to put it right here. We're going to leave this on the page for a moment while I just take care of another thing so that we will have some space within which we can write. And so that if I should give you a written example, you will be able to see what I am giving you an example of. Bear with me for just one moment, folks. That's the one we want. Okay. And there we go. How come? Oh no. That's probably a thing I shouldn't be doing live. We'll leave that on the screen like that. There we go. Okay, I apologize for that, folks. A little bit of technical difficulty. But let's get back to this then. So using who, that, and which. These are what are called relative pronouns. So now is a good time that we can switch to this. These are called relative pronouns. Hold on, we're going to make this big so that it should be easier to see on anybody's screen. There we go. These are what are called relative pronouns, and we all know of relative as somebody who we are related to, and so relative pronouns are similar to a conjunction. They're relating two clauses to each other, or let's take a look. So rule number one, who and sometimes that refer to people. I would encourage you to remember better that who sometimes refers to people. That who refers to people, that it's a little bit more rare to reuse it for people. That and which refer to groups or things. And we'll take a look a little bit later about the difference between using that and which. So looking at the examples, Anya is the one. So this is a finished sentence if we want to put a period here. And who is meaning Anya, or Anya is the one, and it's connecting it to this to give us the information we need about Anya. So Anya is the one who got away. Here's an example of using that for this same idea, the man that got away. So Robert is the man that got away. But this would be a rarer thing. Here we see for non-persons, Lokua is the team that won first place. A team, we could think of it as a person. We might say the team who went to some place, like as a group of people. But a team is, it doesn't have to, we don't have to use it as a person because it's a group. And a group is not an actual person, even though there are people in the group. And she belongs to a great organization. That's our finished sentence. And which specializes in saving endangered species. So as a relative pronoun, which is like the word it, and which means a great organization. So she belongs to a great organization, and it specializes in saving endangered species. Rule 2 is talking about an essential clause or a non-essential clause. And the word essential it is absolutely important. The word essential means you absolutely need something. So that introduces what is called an essential clause, also known as a restrictive or defining clause. Defining clause is a good way to look at it. It's something that helps us to define what we just said. So essential clauses add information that is vital or absolutely important to the point of the sentence. I do not trust products that claim blah, 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 all natural ingredients. I do not trust products that claim all natural ingredients. We could end our sentence here. So I do not trust products, that's a finished sentence, but it's not it's a finished sentence, but we can't say it on its own. You can't say, I do not trust products, and that's just the end of your statement. I do not trust, because everything is a product. I do not trust products that make this claim. This information is essential for your meaning of I do not trust these kinds of products. We would not know the type of products being discussed without that clause, without the that clause. Now, in a non-essential clause, let's take a look. The product claiming all natural ingredients, which appeared in the Sunday newspaper, is on sale. So using which here for a non-essential clause. So first take a note of something. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to copy this and we're going to go to here. Let's delete this and let's put it back in. And let's also get rid of italics. How come it's not getting rid of italics? There we go. The product claiming all natural ingredients. Oh, whoops, hold on. Oh my goodness, I'm so sorry, folks. I've been looking at the website without showing you the website. I've been speaking the examples and highlighting them for you, but I have been just leaving that page up. I apologize. This is a learning experience, and little by little, I'm getting better at this. I'm learning step by step. So back to this, just as a quick re-summary of what I just talked about. We use who for people. That's the key that I want to remember. I want us to remember here. And also notice Anya is the one. That's a full sentence if we put a period here. I just got to double check, make sure we're looking at the right page. And who rescued the bird? The word who is working like and she. Anya is the one, and she rescued the bird. Except that when we say Anya is the one, we need more information to finish this sentence out. The information of this sentence would not be complete, which is what brings us to essential clause, the absolutely important clause. And this is the example I spoke. I do not trust products that claim all natural ingredients. We need that claim all natural ingredients because you would not just say, I do not trust products, because everything that we buy is a product. Then non-essential clause, the product claiming all natural ingredients which appeared in the Sunday newspaper is on sale. Now let us go back to here. The product claiming all natural ingredients which appeared in the Sunday newspaper is on sale. So if I take this and let's just put another version here. If I delete this information, let's do this. We're going to take this, just like this. We're going to move it down here, and we can get rid of these commas. So what we have here is the actual sentence. The product claiming all natural ingredients is on sale. And which appeared in the Sunday newspaper is non-essential information. It's not important for the meaning of our sentence. So the word that would be what we are using if this was essential information. And notice again, as I said, this is a pronoun, and so it means and plus it. So the product claiming all natural ingredients, and it appeared in the Sunday newspaper, is on sale. Let's go back to our website. And let's take a look a little bit further down to the bottom. If that has already appeared in a sentence, writers sometimes use which to introduce the next clause, whether it is essential or non-essential. That and which are interchangeable for the most part. That means we can choose to use one or the other depending on just what we would like to do in that situation. And so writers are just more attentive to the use of their language anyway. Um, and if you're following what writers sometimes do, in many situations, it's good for just regular English to do. So writers sometimes use which to introduce the next clause if they have already used that in the sentence. And the reason for this is every time you say the same word a second time, it has more emphasis, and sometimes it can have more emphasis than the meaning of your sentence. So you will say your sentence, and after a while, people only hear that word that you repeated. So here's a good example. That which doesn't kill you makes you stronger. This is a famous quotation. This sentence is far preferable or far better to the ungainly, which means ugly, but technically correct. That doesn't kill you makes you stronger. So especially in this case, we don't want to say the word that twice in a row. There are some words that we can say twice in a row, and that is no problem, but we don't want to use this one twice in a row. And if we had it many, many times in one or two or three sentences, even though not twice in a row, it may be good to change some out. So let us come back to here. Okay. I'm going to just take a look and see if we have had any live comments. So I want to remind folks that you can, if you are here during the live stream while we're airing, you can leave comments in the live stream comment box, and I will be able to see them and then reply to you and give you some kind of response. And if you are watching after the fact, if you're watching after the live stream when the video is just posted to the channel, you can also leave comments in the channel box below and let me know what kind of things would you like to see me talk about. Let me know what you think about some of the things that we have talked about. And I will look forward to hearing from you. Coming up in the next segment, which will be in approximately 20 minutes at 5:40, I will be talking about the Decorah eagles, some eagles who are currently brooding on some eggs that are about to hatch, and our class has been watching them for about a month, or for a few months now actually. So we'll learn a little bit about the Decorah eagles, and then in the third section we will take a look at Ted Chiang's collection of short stories, Exhalation. So thank you very much for joining me, and please join me for the next stream in about 20 minutes at 5:40. I said 6 o'clock earlier, I misspoke. Please join me for the next stream coming up in about 20 minutes at 5:40.